Hello. So, today we're just having a day. It's a regular day. I have my work clothes on, and that's why I have this humongous sweater, aside from the weather also being kind of chilly. Um, we're going to do some oracle cards. I don't have a whole lot of time today. I had plenty of time in the morning, honestly, but I was being sleepy. I prefer to keep my morning to myself. So, there. What we're going to do is, as usual, we're going to start with our breath to connect to the highest vibration possible. Then we're going to draw 2 oracle cards, and then we're going to draw 5 cards for the day from the tarot. And I think we should have enough time for this. 12:57, yes, we have enough time. If you're just joining me, if this is your first time here, welcome in. I'm Mama Alia. I am a tarot reader, Reiki practitioner, energy healer, musician, artist, and, busybody. Um, but welcome to the channel, and let's get it going. If you're tapping in, just come on, take a deep breath from your toes up to your heart, breathe in, hold it in your heart, and then breathe out slowly through the mouth. Next, we're going to breathe up from the center of the planet, breathing up a cord of energy from the core. Breathe up all the way to your crown, holding it there, and then release. Feel all that energy kind of releasing from the crown, removing any blockages, loosening up anything along your spinal column. Okay. Next breath in, we're going to activate our source energy with the breath from within. Breathing in source, activating your own inner light until you're glowing, shining like a star, and breathe out. Let that light fly out in every single direction, dissolving any distortions, removing any obstructions, negativity in your energy field. We are in a space of protection, of highest frequencies of unconditional love. Surrender to the divine, trust in the process, all right? Inviting in any of your guides on the other side, in the astral realm, in the higher realms that you work with, believe in for your highest good, okay? Hello, Alex. We just did a little breathing cleanse, okay, to clear our energy and tap in with higher vibrations so that we can pull in the best message possible for our situation for the day. Okay? So, ooh, baby, we're ready. The crystal keys from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle. See black and white pattern here, stripe pattern, dichotomy, duality, all right? Binary. We have the bubbles, lighter than air, right? Encapsulation, protection, right? And these strange symbols, it looks like light language or occult symbolism, alchemy symbols, perhaps. Pisces, fish, the cosmic fish. So traveling through the depths, wisdom up from the deep. Lotuses, that's transmutation, that is divine evolution, that is growth, healing, ascension, meow. Crystals, healing, refracting, reflecting, symmetry. Okay, crystal keys. Lemurian quartz crystals are special pieces of clear quartz said to have been encoded with great knowledge for the spiritual evolution of the human race. This card is about deciphering wisdom codes, Be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in times when you feel triggered. There is so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. Wisdom comes through inner paradoxes. Be odd in creative flow or a state of surrender. What did I just say? Surrendering to the divine. These crystals may be powerful keys to your spiritual evolution. We are being called to surrender. To surrender our feelings of anxiety, abandonment, triggeredness. Okay? Not to get lost in reaction and reactivity and all of those things and fear, but to observe, to surrender the feelings of victimization, of fear, of helplessness, to surrender those feelings, observing them, and then releasing the things that no longer apply to us in the present moment. Okay? So, sometimes those feelings can help, or we can keep those feelings because for a time it feels like it's helping us to stay safe, right? Because we were in a state where we couldn't protect ourselves, and we get stuck there. In parts of our brain, there are certain parts, like the amygdala, has no concept of time, So it doesn't matter how long ago or how fleeting something was when it happened. If it happened, the amygdala is on high alert and is going to keep you on high alert. So we have to kind of retrain ourselves through that process to not to suppress it, okay, but we have to, that's why we need to be able to take these moments to space out our experience. Okay, reflect a little bit, because it helps us rewire our neural pathways in our brain. It helps, we're still going to have things happening in our neural anatomy, but we can kind of separate ourselves from that process and just observe the feelings that come up. What experiences are they tied to? What stories? What assumptions, etc., etc. Really examine those, okay? Surrendering. Those things too, they do unlock wisdom, things about yourself that you didn't know, things so that you can heal and grow and progress as a person, as a spirit. All right, let us get a message from the Mystic Martian Oracle. Oh. Ah, this is so cool. Another reader I just connected with recently via YouTube's had the same card for one of their readings. The Ouroboros, the beginning and the end. The never-ending story. Breaking down to a 7 divinity, yes.
These are 2 words I think that really work. Move, Nish!
Okay, then he's not relevant. Okay, sorry about that. I had an email. Okay, the ancient Ouroboros symbol of the serpent/dragon with its tail in its mouth is allegorically devouring itself and cyclically being reborn over and over. The word Ouroboros literally means tail devouring. The Ouroboros also represents the consuming or swallowing of external information and experiences that then travels into the inner unseen realms of existence. Some Ouroboros images are in the circle 0 shape, others are in the 8 shape. Both images imply eternity. The Ouroboros is all about eternity and the infinite cycle of creation and destruction in nature, and the multidimensional levels of awareness, from surface to literal, to symbolic to transcendental. The Ouroboros speaks of life out of death and resurrection. Wow. Okay. Ancient Greeks, Chinese, Egyptians, Aztecs, Gnostics, and Phoenicians all used this symbol to explain the recycling infinity of everything. The Ouroboros is also symbolic of our Milky Way galaxy. Yin and yang, inner world, outer world, infinity, eternal, rebirth, reincarnation, past life, cycles, give, receive, energy exchange, returning, completion, recycling. So today you're getting a message about watching out for triggers, finding the wisdom within your reactions, your sensations that you're having in those moments. And it has to do with your past life experiences also. So you might be reliving trauma from past lives in the current life as well. And it's not to continue torturing your soul for eternity. It's for you to extract wisdom, 1111, to resolve the situation, to find an elevated way of navigating through it and stuff. Maybe in the past life you did not have the best way of dealing with it or coping with it. And now we're in an age where we have so many more modalities, so many more possibilities, so much more information, that was compiled through years, generations, centuries of study, of analysis, of trying to understand these things that happen, why they happen, how they affect us. Okay, so we're in the best time ever to go ahead and give ourselves space to deal with these things. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's shuffle 9 times. We're going to draw 5 cards for the day. Hold on, let me check my time. And we have a few minutes left, so I think we'll be able to just get it in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, and one more message, or shuffle for the message. Meow, meow, meow. Up, up, up. And here we go. The Lovers underneath: choices, harmony, integration, balance, returning to a place of innocence is kind of the feeling that I got, because this card always kind of evokes that Eden energy, right? So it's like taking a pause, a pregnant pause before making a choice. Okay? That was because to eat from the tree of knowledge, I'm not going to say it was a grave mistake or anything like that, but it was a huge choice, right? Taking a moment to really sit and reflect before we make our decisions, okay? The world of possibilities that emerge at the juncture of a huge choice. And then sometimes you have to think too, not choosing can be a choice too. A choice that can keep us in a state of stagnation. So Gemini energy, communication, short distance travel, friends, neighbors, siblings, okay? 6 of Cups. This is our energy today. Yeah, here's that past energy, that soul, past lives energy and stuff. Relationships from past lives could be important right now. Maybe the people that you're around are soul family that you've been, probably they are like soul family you've been reincarnating with time and time again and stuff. And it's because you guys work well together energetically, spiritually, and you still have things to teach and to learn with each other. Okay, Ace of Wands. Here's the crux of the matter. There's a new beginning in, I'm hearing, work. Of course, in inspiration. I say work because, even though this isn't a pentacle, because the wands are about action. So action takes energy, movement and stuff. Movement is work. Okay, so there's a new idea. There's a new beginning possible. We have the snakes here, which are symbols of transformation. Grounded earth energy as well. And then we have the serpent energy of the Ouroboros. So there's like, through these cycles of time, a new beginning emerges, or an opportunity emerges anew. Maybe something's coming back around from the past, from a past connection, maybe a connection you already made in this life and stuff has an opportunity for you that, or is bringing an opportunity to you. Queen of Cups, what you don't see coming. Queen of Cups. I like the caduceus right here, the caduceus. I don't know how to pronounce things, okay? But the little medical symbol, again, the serpent energy is prominent here. We've got the Queen of Cups who can dive down to the deepest depths of emotion and intuition, right? I'm hearing she won her cup from the divine. And it's not like it's something that was bestowed upon her. It kind of was, but it's like this was always hers. It was her birthright. This cup is her, it is hers. It was always hers and stuff. But she had to go through a lot of clearing, reflecting, and healing to attain the cup, to see it, to be able to wield it. Okay? All right. So, Queen of Cups, there could be a sensitive person around who is an influence on the situation. We'll see the advice. Open up to the possibilities, to the journey. Okay? Again, they were saying it's either like a 0 or an 8. So, the infinity symbol again represented. All right? What is in between a 0 and a 1? All of infinity, all of time and space. Hello, hello. Okay. All right. And so, yes, moving forward, keep your mind open, okay? Be ready to have your conceptualizations of things kind of shaken up a bit, so don't hold on too tightly to any one mindset, okay? Try and just stay open. Oh my gosh, another ace. 2 aces. Hey, hey. The Ace of Cups, creativity. All right. The artist of this deck is represented on this card because this is a character that they themselves designed for another thing that was impactful in the cultural circles, cultural arts communities in the Bay Area. Okay, this deck is called, by the way, the Bay Area Tarot, and all of the characters featured on the cards are based on real people who are active or have been active in the cultural arts communities and scene in the Bay Area of California. So this is the West Coast of the United States is already like associated with like liminality, being on the outer edges of civilization and stuff like that. So, line from the song Californication. It's the edge of the world and all of Western civilization, right? The sun may rise in the east, but it's settled on a fine location. So like taking all of your past experiences and they're opening you up to a new beginning of infinite potential. Okay, so truly try and be in that state of whimsy. I'm getting a state of whimsy here. Opening up to that. Okay, so you might feel overwhelmed by all of the choices, but if you're following your higher self, it's going to help narrow things down. Okay, and again, abstaining from choosing is still in and of itself a choice. Any other? Let me get a card on the Queen of Cups while I still have a minute or two. Hello, Marianne. Did I say hi already? I don't remember. 4 and 4 in the chat. Okay, here's a card. 4 swords on the Queen of Cups, because there has already been a time of healing and reflection or cord cutting, or there is that necessity still. Okay, that is the clarification for the Queen of Cups. All right, so you are ready to step into your Queen of Cups energy era, okay, modality. All right, you have your own wisdom to offer to the world, to be embodying in the world, okay? So because you have been or are in this mode of healing, reflecting, and cutting cords, okay? So you're going to be taking those past life lessons, discovering those keys of wisdom through your triggers, okay? So be very attentive to yourself, your mind state, and the things that kind of bother you or cause you to have some sort of a reaction, whether it feels positive or negative, okay? Those are hints uh, from your own nervous system and about not just past lives, but about the areas where you still have potential for growth, healing, and integration of the shadow of trauma, okay? And then to release anything that doesn't serve you, because you're headed for new beginnings, opportunities of creativity, of heart centeredness, and yeah, so awesomeness. Have a good day. Take care. Mwah. I gotta go. Goodbye.